And the Reds can close it out tonight. Game number 4 of the NLDS between the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves. The Reds have taken a 2-1 series lead up until this point, and the 2 games that they've won so far in the NLDS haven't been close. They've been 2 shutout victories for Cincinnati, the only loss coming in game number 2, where Atlanta took it at Great American Ballpark by a score of 4-3. So the Reds will look to win again tonight, whether it be in convincing dominant fashion or by the thinnest of margins. The Reds look to win tonight. Again, game 1, 4-0, game 3, 5-0, but game 2, keeping Atlanta in the series, they won that one by a score of 4-3. For Cincinnati tonight, they will turn to their lefty Andrew Abbott. If Game 5 is to be played in Cincinnati in a couple of nights' time, it will be Jose Urquidy getting the start once more like he did in Game number 1. If not, Urquidy will then go to game number 1 of the NLCS against, well, a team who I can say who it is now. They won in 4 games. The Los Angeles Dodgers have defeated the Diamondbacks, and they will be going to the NLCS, getting revenge from the NLDS last year. The Dodgers will be in the Final Four this season. Hurston Waldrop pitching tonight for Atlanta. He got game number 2 of the wild card round, a game that the Braves ended up losing to the Marlins. He will look to keep them alive tonight as Elly De La Cruz grounds out to start us off. The lineup remains pretty much the same again tonight for game number 5. TJ Friedl will ground out to short. To the plate now, Bryce Harper. He is 1 for 11 in the playoffs. Harper, though, is finally going to pick up another base knock. Harper goes up the middle. He's on with a 2-out single. He's now 2 for 12. Kyle Tucker on the 2-1 pitch, rips one down the line in right field. Oh, it's going to be caught. What a play by Ronald Acuna Jr. The former MVP takes one away from Tucker as Andrew Abbott now will get the ball in the bottom of the first. Posted an ERA of about 4 in the regular season. He will get Ha-Seong Kim to fly out in right field. Now up Michael Harris. I find it interesting the Reds go back to a lefty on the mound like Lodolo in game 2, and the Braves instead are sticking with Michael Harris in center field over Dylan Cruz, a guy who had 3 hits in game number 2 in the only game that they've won so far in the series. I don't get it, but it is what it is. We go on to the top of the second. Will Benson will strike out to start off the inning. Spencer Steer on the 1-1 pitch will line that ball into left field, and it will get down. Steer had no hits going into game number 3, has now 3 in 4 at-bats as Shea Langeliers hits one hard to the shortstop, but the hit and run does not help. Langeliers is doubled up. As we go on to the bottom of the second, Olsen will start the inning by striking out. Now Austin Riley gets popped out into shallow right field. There is Kyle Tucker. 2 gone for the 6th spot. Jared Kelenic on the 1-1 pitch. Abbott deals. Kelenic hits that ball into center right to TJ Friedl. To the top of the 3rd, Joey Gallo up first here for Cincinnati. He has 1 hit in the playoffs. It's a home run he had last night. He will strike out to start off the top of the 3rd. Matt McLean will get popped out into foul ground right to the first baseman in Matt Olson. 2 outs, top of the order up. Elly De La Cruz on the 1-2 pitch. Elly strikes out on a slider. He was in the league leaders in the National League this season in batter strikeouts. Unfortunately, we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Edmundo Sosa will fly out to TJ Friedl. Sean Murphy now on the 1-1 pitch will get popped up. Shea Langeliers going back right on the tomahawk. Langeliers, okay, maybe a little bit off it, but still Shea makes the play. Adames on the 1-1 pitch, and we are scoreless through 3 innings on both sides. We go to the 4th. Who will be the first to break through? The Reds have scored first in every game so far in this series. Will they do it again tonight? Friedl strikes out. Now to the plate, Bryce Harper. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Bryce will now be 1 for 2 as Harper could have ball 4 on that full count. Instead, it's going to be flown out into left to Kelenic, the former Mariner. Kyle Tucker on the 1-2 pitch will go down looking. The Reds have now been shut out through 4 innings so far in game number 4 as Ha-Seong Kim will get the Braves on the board. First time in the NLDS they have scored first, and for the first time in over 12 innings, the Braves have scored in this series. Ha-Seong Kim's solo shot puts them up 1-0, and now Michael Harris walks. Acuna on the 2-2, rips one into the gap. Bryce Harper giving chase, but Acuna has himself an RBI double to put the Braves up 2-0. Still no outs. Matt Olson, full count offering, he walks. First and second, none down. Austin Riley on the 3-2 hits one into right field. That ball gets through. Will it score? Acuna. Tucker coming home. Ronald Acuna Jr. is safe. 3-0 Braves. Kelenic now on the 1-2 pitch hits that ball into center field. Finally, the Reds getting out here in the bottom of the fourth. They will not tag the runner. First and second, one out for Edmundo Sosa on the 1-1 pitch. Sosa in right center field. Friedl giving chase. That ball is going to get down. The dive is unsuccessful and it gets by Tucker in the right. It's going to score one, maybe two. Here comes both the runners. Everyone's safe. It's a triple for Sosa that puts the Braves up 5-0. Sean Murphy flies one into right field. Here comes Sosa to the plate. Tucker with the throw. It's going to be 6-0 Atlanta. They have blown up for a 6-run fourth inning against Andrew Abbott. I mean, where has this Braves team been all series long? 6-0 Braves as the Reds will now hit here in the top of the fifth. Will Benson will have himself a single that sneaks by both Olsen and Adames. Spencer Steer on the 3-1 pitch hits that ball high in the air. Deep left center field. This has got carry. Michael Harris going back to the wall. That's out of here. Spencer Steer, my goodness, 4 hits in the last 2 games, 3 home runs in the last 4 at-bats for Steer. 399 feet as he will get the Reds on the board here in game number 4. It is 6-2 thanks to Spencer Steer's 2-run shot. So Cincinnati back in striking distance. It's a 4-run game as Shea Langoliers will ground out to the third baseman over with Austin Riley. Joey Gallo on the 2-2 pitch extends the bat and strikes out on a splitter. Gallo's very quickly working himself on his way to getting benched. Both him and Langoliers, I don't know. We'll see, again, how this series continues. McLean lines out. We go on to the bottom of the 5th inning where Michael Kopech will get the ball, and he will see Ha-Sung Kim first on a 1-1 offering. Kim bloops one to right field. Had one of these last night in game number 3. Kim is on with a leadoff single. Making way for Michael Harris. Harris going to rip one in the gap in right center field, maybe proving why he should be starting over Dylan Cruz. Harris has himself an extra base knock. He will be held at second base with a double, but it's 7-2 for Atlanta as Acuna comes up on the 1-2. Kopech gets him swing on a slider. Matt Olson on the 1-2 has been very quiet in this series. There he is. He finally erupts for a 2-run shot. Matt Olson in the right field makes it a 7-run game for Atlanta. A 3-run inning puts them up now 9-2. It is all Braves here in game number 4 as it's looking more and more likely this series will have to go to a win or go home. Game number 5 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Kelenic will ground out to end the inning, but again, the Reds find themselves down by 7 runs here in the 6th. Ian Hamilton pitching to Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie will walk. We try to bunt him over. He will steal second base. Friedl's now got 2 strikes, and he strikes out. So Ellie standing on second for Bryce Harper on the 2-1. Bryce gets a center cut fastball that simply just has to be out of the park. I know that's, high expectations, but for a guy like Bryce, that's kind of what we do expect at this point. Tucker gets a runner on third. That ball's dove for, my goodness, Willy Adames. It does pull Matt Olson off the bag, so, we do get a run. But, Adames, incredible effort on that play. Benson will ground out. Cincinnati now down by 6 to the bottom of the 6th as they get a run back. But Sosa, who hit that triple to score 2, will be on with a walk. Sean Murphy, though, on the ground. Gallo to De La Cruz to Kopech. That'll be 2 outs right there on the double play. As Willy Adames steps in on the 1-1 pitch, Adames will get popped out to Joey Gallo at first. We go on to the 7th inning, down by 6 runs. Spencer Steer leads things off for the Reds. That is a horrendous swing on the sinker in. Even though Steer was 2 for 2, he will finally go down swinging. Shea Langoliers will get popped out. Shea, man, waiting for him to break through. I don't know. Joey Gallo, same thing. Again, we're frustrated down by 6 runs. Again, it's looking like we're going to have to go back to Cincinnati for that game number 7. Bryce Harper with an incredible play out there in left field. Does a cartwheel or a tumble out there to put away Ha-Sung Kim. But Michael Harris has himself a multi-hit game. Harris will be standing on first base with a single here in the bottom of the 7th. Acuna now going to hit that fastball on the right. Tucker giving chase and charging in. He'll put Acuna away. We've got 2 outs for Matt Olson. Holborn in his last AB against Kopech. This time Kopech ties him up on that pitch down and in. We start the top of the 8th with Dylan Lee on the mound and Matt McLean walks. Ellie De La Cruz down to the plate on the 1-2 after McLean swipes second. That ball gets down. Ellie De La Cruz from the right side of the plate has himself an RBI single. Down by 5, can the Reds get things going? Ellie steals second, hold on. Friedel now on a 3-1 pitch, 3-2 pitch from Dylan Lee. Oh, he had ball 4. Bryce Harper on the 1-2. They throw in a righty for Bryce in Joe Jimenez, but Jimenez gets him to ground out to second base to Willie Adames. We've got 2 outs for Kyle Tucker. 2-2 pitch. Tucker gets under a circle change. And that'll do it for that small little rally the Reds have had. I mean, again, we only got 1, down 9-4. As we will skip the bottom of the 8th and go straight to the top of the 9th. Brusdar Graterol in here to try to get the Braves these 3 outs and send them to Cincinnati for Game 5. After a ground out of Will Benson, he will get Spencer Steer to ground out as well. The Reds are down to their final out, Shea Langoliers, and he probably just bought himself a Game 5 start. I'm serious. Langoliers is going to be on with a single. Joey Gallo probably just did himself the same exact thing. Back-to-back hits. 9 spot up Matt McLean. If we can get it to the top of the order, full count. Oh, he swings at ball 4. Plate discipline, man. Again, that's my fault, but still, the Reds in need of some, better takes at the plate. That could definitely help. The Braves, though, you're not going to beat that firepower offense in a game like this. This is the Braves outburst we've been waiting for in this National League Divisional Series. The offense has not been going. Tonight it did. Again, that 6-run 4th inning and then parlayed with the 3-run 5th inning was really all that it took. Again, those were the 9 runs, but those 2 innings 4 and 5, were all that was needed for the Braves tonight. And again, they didn't really even need the 5th inning as well. Those 6 runs in the 4th put him over the top and won him this game number 4, as now they've pushed the series to 5. Winner go home tomorrow night, Cincinnati, Ohio. Winner goes to take on the Dodgers. The loser goes straight into the offseason looking for answers. So, folks, thank y'all for watching episode number 70 of the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.